Dear students, welcome to our YouTube channel Chem Origin. This is Dr. Satish from RGUKT Srikakulam. Students, in this module, I explain the calculation of free energy change and equilibrium constant in numerical problems. So, in a given numerical problem, how to calculate the change in free energy delta G and how to calculate the equilibrium constant. Before going to explain the numerical problems, I can explain the relation of an equilibrium constant for a reversible reaction. How to develop a relation for an equilibrium constant K. So now we can start our video module class. Students, in order to calculate a equilibrium constant, let us consider a reversible reaction. Let us consider a reversible reaction. Let us consider a reversible reaction. AA plus BB gives rise to CC plus DD. It is a reversible reaction. That's why I denoted with this double arrow, double-sided arrow. Here what happens, students, in this reaction, in this equation, small a and small b, similarly small c and small d are the numerical coefficients of reactant A and B and numerical coefficients of product C and D. These are the numerical coefficients in a stoichiometrically balanced equation. So in this equation, A and B are the reactants or substrates and C and D are the products. C and D are products, A and B are reactants. Therefore, it is a reversible reaction. Reactants are converted into products in forward reaction. In the backward reaction, again products react together to form a starting reactants, starting materials or substrates. Therefore, according to law of mass action, according to law of mass action, rate of the forward reaction means A and B reacted together to form a C and D. In this case, rate of the forward reaction is RF. It is denoted with small rf. Rate of the forward reaction RF is directly proportional to concentration of A to the power of A and concentration of B to the power of B. In order to replace this proportional, we can introduce a proportionality constant. Let it be Kf, where Kf is the proportionality constant for a forward reaction. Therefore, rate of the forward reaction RF is equals to RF into concentration of A to the power of A and concentration of B to the power of B. Students, this relation I developed with the help of according to law of mass action. According to law of mass action, for a forward reaction, the rate of the forward reaction we can write in this manner. To replace this proportionality, we can introduce a proportionality constant. Let it be Kf. Therefore, rate of the forward reaction RF is equals to Kf into concentration of A to the power of A into concentration of B to the power of B. Similarly, it is a reversible reaction. Therefore, again products react together and form starting reactants or substrate. Therefore, in this case, rate of the backward reaction, let it be RB. Students, in case of forward reaction, it's shown with a RF. Here F represents forward reaction. In case of backward reaction, we denoted with RB. Here the small b indicates backward reaction. Therefore, in case of backward reaction, RB is proportional to concentration of products C and D. Therefore, concentration of C to the power of C into concentration of D to the power of D. Similar to the forward reaction, here also we can replace this proportionality with the help of a proportionality constant. Let it be Kf. So, students, better you can assume this is as a Kb. Rb equals to Kb into concentration of C to the power of C into concentration of D to the power of D. Let it be let this proportionality constant is assumed as a B. Kb is equals to Rb equals to Kb into concentration of C to the power of C into concentration of D to the power of D. So at equilibrium, it is a reversible reaction. So at a particular state, there is a possibility of existing equilibrium. So it is a reversible reaction. Here equilibrium is existed at one state. Both reactants concentration is equals to products concentration at that state. So at equilibrium, that state is called as a equilibrium state. At the equilibrium state, rate of the forward reaction is equals to rate of the backward reaction. Therefore, from the above relations, we can write here RF is equals to RB. RF is equals to RB. Then our equation Kf into concentration of A to the power of A into concentration of B to the power of B is equals to Kb into concentration of C to the power of C into concentration of D to the power of D. Students, you can replace this Kb towards this side. You can bring Kb towards this side. Here it is in numerator. When it is coming to this side, it is comes under denominator. Therefore, on rearranging this equation, Kf by Kb is equals to concentration of C to the power of C into concentration of D to the power of D by this A concentration of A to the power of A and concentration of B to the power of B is in denominator. Okay, students, here Kf is the forward reaction proportionality constant and Kb is the backward reaction proportionality constant. So both are constant. Therefore, you can assume that Kf by Kb is equals to a Kc. Here Kc is an equilibrium constant. Just you can assume, because Kf is a proportionality constant and Kb is a proportionality constant. Say therefore constant by constant you can assume as a constant Kc. It is called as a equilibrium constant. Therefore equilibrium constant Kc is equals to concentration of C to the power of C into concentration of D to the power of D by concentration of A to the power of A into concentration of B to the power of B. This equation is known as a law of chemical equilibrium. Law of chemical equilibrium. Therefore, in order to develop a relation in terms of equilibrium constant, we can choose a reversible reaction. Based on the reaction, we can write a forward reaction, rate of forward reaction and rate of backward reaction. At equilibrium state, rate of forward reaction is equals to rate of backward reaction. On equating these equations and rearranging, we develop a new relation. Kc is equals to concentration of C to the power of C into concentration of D to the power of D by concentration of A to the power of A into concentration of B to the power of B. So this is very easy. You can remember easily. Students, in the above reaction, we assumed a solution type of reaction. There we consider a concentration. Suppose if we are taking AA plus BB, these are the gaseous substance. In this case, what happened? CC plus DD. So it is you can consider a reversible reaction. In this, both reactants and products are in gaseous state. So in this case, what happened? We can see, if the reaction is a homogeneous gaseous phase reaction, means both reactants and products are in gaseous state or gaseous phase, and then the molar concentrations of the substances, that may be reactants or products, are taken as a, or concentrations are directly proportional to partial pressure of the gas P. Let it be P. Therefore, in case of gaseous substances, means both reactants and products are gaseous state, then the concentration of the substances, that may be reactants or product, concentrations is equals to the partial pressure of the gas, gaseous substance. Therefore, let it be P. Then what happened? P at constant temperature. Therefore, in that case, the equilibrium constant, in the previously we are discussing with the concentration of the substances. That's why there we can write Kc. Here we are using a gaseous substances, both products and reactants. Both products and reactants are in gaseous phase. In this case, we take in concentration in terms of partial pressure of the gas. Let it be P. Therefore, this is also a reversible reaction. Therefore, the equilibrium constant is denoted with Kp. Here we are considering partial pressure in place of concentration. Therefore, the equation becomes Kp equals to Pc. Here in terms of concentration, there we are using concentration of product C to the power of C. So in that place we can use here, it is a gaseous substance, we are using here partial pressure of C into partial pressure of D. Here this small c small d is in power R, numerical coefficients in a stoichiometrically balanced equation. Here it is a gaseous substance, that's why I am taking in place of concentration, I am chosen partial pressure of the gas. Therefore, the equation becomes the equilibrium constant Kp is equals to Pc to the power of C into Pd power partial pressure of the D to the power of D by partial pressure of A to the power of A into partial pressure of B to the power of B. Here Kc and Kp are different forms of equilibrium constant of a reaction. Suppose if our reactant and products are in solution state, we are taking the term concentration. If suppose our reactants and products are in gaseous state, in that case in place of concentration we are taking partial pressure, that is we denoted with P, partial pressure. Therefore both are equilibrium constants of a reaction. Students, at the concept of free energy, Gibbs free energy G, and Gibbs free energy is a state function, that's why we are unable to calculate the exact value. Instead of that exact value, we can calculate the change in free energy, delta G. Therefore, there is a relation is that delta G is equals to delta G naught plus RT ln Q. This relation I am taking from the free energy change concept. In free energy change concept, delta G is equals to delta G naught plus RT ln Q. Here it is an equilibrium reaction. Both forward reaction and backward reaction, both are takes place with the same rate. In that case, at equilibrium, delta G, change in free energy becomes 0 in case of an equilibrium. Students, I think you are remember, if delta G is positive, non-spontaneous reaction. If delta G is negative, spontaneous reaction. If delta G equals to 0, that is an equilibrium reaction. So we are already learned this concept. At equilibrium, change in free energy, delta G is becomes 0 and heat Q equals to equilibrium constant K. Therefore, this equation can be written as a 0. Delta G becomes 0 na? 0 is equals to delta G naught plus RT ln K. If this RT ln K is coming this side, then the equation becomes delta G naught is equals to minus RT ln K. Delta G naught is equals to minus RT ln K. Students, just you remember this relation, because in the next topic we are dealing with numerical problems based on this free energy change. So there we are using this equation. So better you can remember this relation. Delta G naught is equals to minus RT ln K. Delta G naught equals to minus RT ln K. Okay, students, we can do some numerical problems on equilibrium constant. The model, first model we can see. Calculate the change in free energy for the following reaction at 25 degrees centigrade given the following set of partial pressures. So students, we just now we discussed the topic of equilibrium constant. There we can see, if we used a liquid substrate, we are write the rate of forward reaction and rate of backward reaction. and also the equilibrium constant equation Kc is equals to concentration of products by concentration of reactants. Suppose if our reactants and products both are in gaseous state, then we can use a partial pressures. So in this problem they are giving a both reactants N2 nitrogen and hydrogen H2 and ammonia all are in gaseous phase. So here in order to calculate the solve this problem we are using partial pressure because the product ammonia and substrates nitrogen and hydrogen are in gaseous state. So the partial pressure of nitrogen is 1 atmosphere. This is the given value, and partial pressure of hydrogen is 1 atmosphere given by the data, and ammonia's partial pressure is 1 atmosphere. Students, we already learned the relations. We already know the relations for a gaseous phase reaction. Equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure Kp is equals to concentration of product by concentration of reactant. So just now we develop or we learned this relation. Just now we develop this relation. And similarly we also for a reversible equilibrium reaction Q equals to Kp, here partial pressure is equals to partial pressure of ammonia by partial pressure of N2 into partial pressure of H2, because here NH3 is our product. Ammonia in this equation, ammonia is our product and nitrogen and hydrogen are our reactants. Therefore, we can solve this problem very easy manner. So we can see how we can solve this problem. Solution: given partial pressure of N2H2 and ammonia is 1 atmosphere. Therefore, Q is equals to partial pressure of ammonia. So 2 moles of ammonia. Therefore, 1 whole square, because 2 moles of ammonia is there. Therefore, 1 mole whole square. 1 mole whole square. 1 mole whole square by partial pressure of reactants, by partial pressure of reactants. So nitrogen partial pressure is 1 atmosphere into hydrogen's partial pressure. Here 3 moles of hydrogen is there. Therefore that is 1 cube. Therefore on solving this we are getting Q is equals to 1. So we know the Q value as a 1. Here we substitute partial pressure of ammonia 1 atmosphere, 1 square means 1 by 1 partial pressure of nitrogen 1, partial pressure of H2 whole cube, 1 cube means 1. Therefore Q equals to 1 we are getting here. And also the equation is that for change in free energy delta G is equals to delta G naught plus RT ln Q. Students, here this is our relation, and therefore change in free energy, this is the question asked here. Change in free energy is equals to delta G naught. Given delta G naught is minus 33.0 kilojoules plus, as per formula, R into T into ln. Here Q value is we are getting 1, RT ln 1. Students, we know ln 1 is 0, log 1 value is 0. Therefore change in free energy is equals to minus 33.0 kilojoules. Okay, so very simple problems, students. Here just we are using the delta G equals to delta G naught plus RT ln Q formula, and for calculation of equilibrium constant. So for a reversible reaction Q is equals to equilibrium constant. So by applying this relation we found initially Q value, and after this Q value is substituted in this equation and we are getting easily change in free energy. Very simple and easiest problem, students. So in examination maybe the problems may be asked. So very easy problems. Don't leave these problems. If examination it will appear. So I hope you are all attempt this. problems in your exam, and here I given one problem for your practice. So this is the problem I am giving for your practice. Calculate the change in free energy for the following reaction at 25 degrees centigrade given the following set of partial pressure. So same model I am giving here, students. Same nitrogen and hydrogen react together to form a ammonia. It is a gaseous phase reaction. Here the given data is partial pressure. In the first problem, we are using 1 atmosphere of partial pressure. Here a small change is 4 atmospheres of partial pressures data, and given delta G naught value same as the first problem. So I hope you will done this problem easily. Dear students, this is the next model for a numerical problem on equilibrium constant. So in this model we can see how we can done the solution for the given problem. Calculate the equilibrium constant for the following reaction at 464 kelvins. 464 kelvins. So already in the previous model we are calculating the change in free energy delta G. So in this model we are calculating the equilibrium constant. So the question is to calculate the equilibrium constant to find the K value, and the given reaction is N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2 ammonia. Nitrogen gas and hydrogen gas react together to form a product as ammonia, and the given delta G naught, it is the given value from the problem. Given delta G naught is equals to 0 kilojoules. Okay, we can solve this problem. Solution for the given problem. Solution. Students, we know a relation. We have already know this relation, students. Delta G naught is equals to minus RT ln K. So this relation is already we know. So with the help of this relation, we easily calculate the equilibrium constant. Therefore, equilibrium constant, according to this equation, delta G naught is equals to 0 kilojoules. Therefore, 0 is equals to R into T into ln K. So we want to find the K value. If the RT, this RT is coming to the left side, then the equation becomes 0 is equals to ln K. And we can write 0 as a ln 1. Students, we know log 1 or ln 1 is equals to 0. Therefore, we can write in this manner. Ln 1 is equals to ln K. Therefore, the equilibrium constant K is equals to 1. So, very simple problem. Just in 4 steps we can easily solve this problem. So in this manner, a very small problems are asking in examination. So students, my better suggestion for you, don't worry if any numerical problems are visible in your examination paper, whether it is a mid exam or sem exam. Very easily solved problems only given in the examination. Just we can read the given content, whatever the data, the problem given, and what you want to find. Once you familiar with that, you can solve any problem very easily. And also I can give you one more model for practice in the same calculation of equilibrium constant. So this is the problem I am giving for you practice. The problem is that calculate the equilibrium constant for the following reaction at 1000 Kelvin. See students, here I changed the temperature, and that the equation, the reaction is same. Nitrogen reacts with hydrogen and forms the ammonia. It is a gaseous phase reaction, and the given delta G naught. In the model problem, we are taking delta G naught equal to 0. In this practice problem, I am giving you delta G naught is equals to plus 106.5 kilojoules. Okay. So students, you can try. I hope you are all solve this problem very easily. Okay students, I hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you.